Hi, I'm Zeus, and this video is on some very special skins. They're skins that we can't live with, but can't live without. But of course, the memories of when they empty your bank account tend to be stronger than the ones where they feel it. I'll testify to that myself. You see, there's some skins out there that make extremely lucrative trade-offs possible, provided you're on board with the fact that they're extremely risky. There's a chance that you'll end up with skins, as a result, that will ruin your day. And in this video, we're going to go through some of these. Strap yourself in and let the salty tears flow. Santa Gaben left a lump of coal in that stocking, and he stole your wallet in the process. Let's start looking at the lumps of coal he left behind. Number 1. The M4A1S Nitro. Believe it or not, there is a method to the madness. Valve has some things planned out long before their plans become apparent to us. The reason I say this is because of a rather unassuming skin, the SSG Acid Fade, from the Safe House collection. Some years ago, a Valve employee who was involved in the conception of skins gave a lengthy and quite interesting lecture about the thought processes behind designing them. There's a lot that could be said about it. In fact, I might do a video summarising the speech at some point in the future, but what I want to mention is that she emphasised that one of the goals behind the design process was to have a worthwhile crafting system that people could build an inventory through. The float ranges of many skins, though, seem to be tactically designed to make factory new skins rare and almost impossible to trade up for. Or at least they were until the Acid Fade, with its minuscule float range, was introduced. I find it almost impossible to believe that it was a coincidence. The Acid Fade opens up broad possibilities when it comes to trade-ups, not just making it possible to get skins like the Orb Pink DD-Pat and the Nuclear Threat skins in factory new condition, but also getting low floats on other skins, something I'm perfectly happy to use myself. It does, however, open up the potential for the rather pathetic failure in the form of the M4A1S Nitro, a skin that is relentlessly churned out of trade-ups and has been further devalued by the M4A1S nerf, just to add insult to injury. Who knows how many low float trade-ups have ended in tears at the sight of its black and orange coattails. I know plenty of mine have. Number 2. The AK47 Emerald Pinstripe. The Nitro isn't the only way to try and profit from various exotic purple skins, however. Chuck in some meteorites and tuxedos from the bank collection, with one or two more exotic blue skins, be they cobblestone skins or from a brand new case, and you're off to the races as well. The wider and more forgiving float range of the AK47 Emerald Pinstripe, combined with the broader float ranges of its mil-spec forebearers, make it ideal for higher float trade-ups, while the Acid Fade is a specialist skin for when you need an extremely low float. The catch, obviously, is that you're inevitably going to end up with a whole bunch of pinstripes, often a string of them, and I can personally testify to the slow motion terror of watching your money disappear as you fail trade-up after trade-up after trade-up, and end up with a bunch of pinstripes. Considering the sheer number of these churned out though, it's actually somewhat remarkable how well their prices held up. Relatively speaking anyway, they've held up well compared to the next skin we're about to look at. Number 3. The R8 Amber Fade. Bank and Safe House skins might serve you well if you're going for a purple, but they're not much help if you want to get it in the pink. Say, M4A1S Masterpiece or an M4A1S Hot Rod, or something from the Bravo or Esports cases, the 2013 Esports case that is, a hydroponic, something like that. Now, you could of course just use 10 skins from the respective collections, but that generally isn't much help if you want to make a profit. But not to worry, the P2000 Amber Fade is here. The downside? Well, you could end up with an R8 Amber Fade. Now, I think it's important to emphasise just how bad this is. Firstly, the R8 is worth basically nothing. The whole trade-up is basically going to be a write-off. And because a lot of the classified skins you might be aiming for, like the Hydroponic, the Poseidon, the Knight, because they only have a single classified skin in their collection, there's no way to weight the odds in your favour. Each P2000 you include will have a 10% chance to totally ruin you if you include it. And sure, you don't have that problem if you're going for an Orb Boom or an AK47 Red Laminate or a M4A1S Hot Rod or a Glock Twilight Galaxy, but you're going to be getting a lot of R8 Amber Fades, and by God are they going to sting. Number 4. The Orb Lightning Strike. So we've looked at ways to pad restricted and classified trade-ups, but how do we go about getting covert skins? I mean, after all, the normal collections, the ones that aren't from cases, aren't going to provide any useful classified inputs here, so we'll have to go looking in the cases for this. Well, one solution is the Deagle Hypnotic, a skin which is regularly shitted out in extremely low floats as people relentlessly try to trade up for that 1 in 2000 AK case hardened blue gem. Want to get your D-Lord to have a really low float but only cost 1.5k US? Bring in 5 Hypnotics to join with your 5 Knights. Oh, but did I mention that half the time you're going to feel massively baited when an AWP pops up on screen in that split second right before you realise that it's a lightning strike and your 1.5k has just gone poof? I hope you've got a gambling sponsorship because that shit has just got expensive.
Fucking troll me, piece of shit!
Number 5. The M4A4 Xray. The Xray is an anomaly. It's the sort of thing you wouldn't have thought is possible, like Donald Trump's hairstyle.
Well, he's managed to cover 90% of his head with 30% of his hair.
It seems impossible, yet it exists. By this I mean, why is it a covert skin when it doesn't look any better than any of the mil-spec skins in the same collection? Which developer looked at it, compared it to the nice looking pattern-based Orb, also in that collection, and said, yep, we've definitely got to make the Xray the covert skin in this collection. Whatever the reason, it certainly sunk this particular case. 5 years on, and their price is barely above the 10-cent mark. Nonetheless, its existence had side effects. First of all, it devalued the 2 skins below it, particularly the FAMAS afterimage and the Deagle Cobalt Disruption. Combined with the fact that the Xray was the sole covert in its collection, these 2 skins became prime candidates to bulk out trade-up contracts for rare covert skins. But of course, that has side effects, namely the potential to get left with an Xray. Take it away, James. Okay, that's enough. You see, the Xray's problem is that it's such a bland skin, not ugly, just bland, and there's so many people trying to make a profit using skins from below it in its collection as filler. The consequence? It's worth basically nothing. In fact, it's worth less than the Cobalt Disruption itself. So, the very usefulness of this collection as trade-up filler has created a self-perpetuating cycle. It's hard to profit with, but it's hard to profit without it as well, and therein lies the tragedy of the M4A4 Xray, ruining hopes and dreams since 2013. So, those are 5 complete dream crushes that can and will ruin your day given the opportunity. Of course, they can also be dream makers when things go to plan, but I like to focus on the negative personally. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe. Otherwise, trust the numbers, not your gut. I'm Heyzeus. Thanks for watching. See ya.